Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for liking and subscribing to my channel, Zero to Hero Tech Consulting. We are still in the business of helping people transition into tech. In this video, we'll be talking about who a Scrum Master is, right? But again, before we continue, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for the love. Yeah, so who is a Scrum Master? The Scrum Master is a person that implements Scrum. But before we go there, let's define what Scrum is. Scrum is an agile framework. There are other frameworks such as Kanban, SP, extreme programming. But we'll be focusing on Scrum today. Scrum is a lightweight agile methodology and has three components, which are focused on the team, the ceremony, and the artifact. Right, I'll quickly explain what they all mean. So the people or the team are the product owner, the Scrum Master, which is our focus for this video, and the development team. They are cross-functional. They can be your developer, your tester, your solution architect, and the like. For the ceremonies, because it's very important to limit and give focus to the team, the ceremonies are mostly around 5, which is backlog grooming, where the product owner and Scrum Master are like the main principal actor. Just to explain, clarify user story, prioritize, give details why you're doing a user story, the acceptance criteria, and all of that detail, right? So the next ceremony is the sprint planning. So as soon as you define the user story or features that you need to implement, in the sprint planning, the team, including the developer and your product owner, Scrum Master, come together to plan the work they can implement in the subsequent iteration or sprint. Sprint can be like your 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending on what the team agrees, and then once they define or agree on the items to be worked on in the sprint, they then start the implementation. And just to inspect the progress towards the iteration goal, there's another event called the daily scrum. The daily scrum is a 15-minute meeting where the Scrum Master actually facilitates the meeting, although it said it's supposed to be a development meeting, but the Scrum Master facilitates to make sure that it's happening, where the team just gives update on what they did the previous day, what they are going to do the current day to progress towards the iteration goal, talk about any blocker, right, or impediment. That is like issues that is preventing the team from progressing towards the iteration goal. For every sprint planning, I failed to mention there's a goal, what you want to implement, what the team are set out to achieve. Now, the next main event that happened is the sprint review. So this happened after you've implemented, say, a 10-day sprint, which is a 2-week sprint, is now approaching the end. On the last day, you can do a sprint review, which is like showcasing what has been achieved during the sprint. You're showing, what has been developed, during the sprint to your product owner or other stakeholders that are available. Is a way of demonstrating what you've actually implemented. And then another event is the sprint retrospective. So it's very important, to inspect and adapt, to really, measure your progress on how the team is evolving. It's about continuous development, continuous, improvement. And the sprint retro is an event where the team will gather and talk about what has worked well, what they can do better, any other ideas for improvement. This is also facilitated by the Scrum Master. Now, the Scrum Master is also responsible for the artifact. So the artifact can be the product backlog, right? This is mainly for the product owner. So in terms of prioritizing, the Scrum Master can collaborate with the product owner to ensure that there's a product backlog that is prioritized and ready for sprint planning. And then there's also the sprint backlog, which is for development team where they put the work item to be implemented in the sprint. And the last part of the artifact is the actual work, the useful increment, the work increment that have been developed, which can be showcased to your stakeholder, your business user, your business sponsor, as the case may be. So the Scrum Master role is really centered around coaching, making sure that the team are implementing Scrum the right way in terms of the rules, ensuring that the events are going on, the ceremonies are happening as they should, and ensuring that the product owner and the development are really abiding to the Scrum rules, right? The Scrum Master also helps to remove impediments, what are impediments or blockers, a very popular word. Impediment blockers are just issues, so it can be environment issue, it can be even personal issue that developers might have that will prevent them from achieving certain tasks. So the Scrum Master would use discretion to communicate with the right parties or stakeholders to be able to resolve those issues. The Scrum Master is also a coach. I've talked about the rules of Scrum and the artifact, ensuring that it is implemented the right way. The Scrum Master serves as a servant leader. What does that mean? You're serving, right? You're leading the team, providing that leadership, and we have different leadership styles. Like, there's the democratic way where the team have autonomy. There's the autocratic way. Scrum Master provides that leadership. Also, they serve the team. That's where the servant leadership. There's no command and control. Like Scrum Master is assigning tasks. There's no such thing. The way work flows is during the sprint planning that I mentioned earlier on. So these are some of the critical roles that the Scrum Master performs that help the team improve, in the ways they work, and then ensure that useful increments are, delivered. They also protect the Scrum team from outside forces, which can be business. Business can have conflicting, interest that can, affect the team. There are situations where business users might pull up developers or testers from the team and all of that. The Scrum Master will help to resolve that. So those are the really critical roles for Scrum Master. Alright guys, just to reiterate again, some of the important roles of a Scrum Master is to remove impediments, to help your product owner with backlog prioritization, clarifying user stories, providing that leadership, servant leadership, not command and control, and facilitating ceremony. You can see. So I leave you with this. Reflect on some of these, roles of Scrum Master and think about some of the skills that you have. I have a video previously in my channel where I talked about the soft skills that are really important to become for any tech role. So this is very important. Kindly check my channel for this video. I think you will learn a lot about that. Please, as I always say, kindly share this channel with your friends, your pastor, your colleagues. I really need that encouragement, please. And if you want a more detailed course about becoming a software a Scrum Master, a product owner, a business analyst, a software tester, kindly follow us on Instagram or send us a WhatsApp message, and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for our next video where we'll be talking in depthly about the Scrum ceremonies. Bye for now.